Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lizzie, and for today's video, we are talking about The Taking of Deborah Logan. So this is a 2014 horror thriller which follows a camera crew as they document the story of an elderly woman named Deborah Logan, who they believe is suffering from Alzheimer's. So this film, I feel like, went kind of under the radar for a long time, but I have known about it for a little while. I know there's definitely some people that really love this film and people that obviously really hate this film, but I've been wanting to check it out, and it is available to watch on Shudder. They do not sponsor me, but if you don't know what Shudder is, it is basically like the Netflix for horror, this complete horror streaming service. They have a lot of really cool stuff on there, and this is on there, so I finally decided to sit down and watch it. Now, if you are a frequent viewer, subscriber, you know that when it comes to found footage style possession type films, those two categories tend to be like kind of my least favorite. They're not really my usual jam. So I wasn't really sure how I was gonna feel going into this one, but I will say I liked the way that this one was done, the fact that they did it in more of a documentary style and less like found footage style. It still kind of has that vibe, but you're really following this crew who is making the documentary, and I definitely liked that a lot better than like your usual found footage. And the fact that you don't know that this is a possession film right away. I mean, if you do the research, if you look up the film, obviously you're kind of gonna have that information, but I went into this not really knowing that, so I guess I should have, spoiler warning. But for the majority of this film, you really do think that they are just following this woman who has Alzheimer's, which, of course, topics like that and using them for horror are always very sensitive. Any sort of illness, whether it's mental, physical, whatever, is always gonna be a little iffy, and I've definitely criticized some films in the past for those sort of uses. I was okay with this one. I think that they did an okay job with it. Deborah's doctors are featured a lot in it, and there is at one point when she's doing certain things, like scratching her skin, having certain reactions to situations. Her doctor even says, like, those certain things aren't generally tied to Alzheimer's. So I think it was good that they kind of mentioned that in this. Obviously, some of the things she does do seem very stereotypical, but we do go to find out that that this is not just a symptom, this is not just a general situation of Alzheimer's. We actually find out that Deborah was being possessed by the spirit of a serial killer that she was actually involved in stopping. This man disappears, and then we find out later on that she was actually, at first, her daughter and the camera crew kind of think their neighbor was responsible for this man's disappearance and that Deborah helped cover it up, but then it's revealed that she is actually the one that killed him, and that is kind of why he has taken over and is possessing her body, and so they have to try to find his body, and, you know, destroy it. Your typical possession film steps. So it's very, very interesting film. I would say if you haven't seen it, obviously I just kind of spoiled it all, but I would still suggest checking it out, even if these are not generally your type of films, because like I said, generally these aren't the type of films that I really enjoy that much, but I did with this one. I thought that it's definitely very creepy. The ending of it was really interesting. I don't want to give that away. I liked the way it ended. I'll say that. I thought that it was like, oh shit, cool ending. Kind of a heartbreaking film. I mean, It's about an hour and a half, not super long. I'll say the last 15 minutes did seem like they were starting to drag on a little bit, but that could tend to happen, I feel like, with a lot of films. But definitely still worth it by the end of the film. But you definitely can get attached to these characters because it's this mother-daughter dynamic going on throughout the film. And we're watching this camera crew kind of build these bonds with them. And you kind of start to as well, and then you also just like not only feel bad for Deborah and everything that she's going through, but also for her daughter, and especially if you're anyone that has dealt with someone with Alzheimer's or any of these situations. I personally haven't had a whole lot of hands-on, but I have dealt with elderly grandparents having some early set or some of their own issues, so I can definitely understand and kind of put myself in Sarah's shoes in this film, in this situation, and yeah, you definitely feel horrible for these characters. So when these bad things are happening to them, it definitely can pull at the heartstrings. So all in all, I really enjoyed this film. I thought that it was really good. So if you have seen The Taking of Deborah Logan, let me know what your thoughts are on it in the comments below. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a big old thumbs up and make sure that you hit that subscribe button for more horror related content. And I will see you all again later with another video. Bye.